Welcome back to your regular scheduled programming. We've been gone for a little while, at least both of us together. But this is gonna be basically the final, not really, final video on the VIC swap, or what we like to call the UniVic. Since you guys have last seen it, obviously, it gained a bumper, it gained working lights, it gained a center console, it gained different rims, tires, turn signals, tail light, basically everything it needed to actually come together and look like a decent build. As I am right now, we have, I put about 1,500 miles on this truck since we had put it together in September. Let me get down to the nitty gritty here. If you want to go see all that, check it out. The build's on the channel, the full build, but here's kind of probably what you guys want to know if you're about to start one of these VIC projects or plan on doing it in the future. How much time does it take? Well, really that depends on your dedication, your skill level, and quality. Upon all that, our quality, or my quality, is, we'll say it's not the best, but it's good. We'll say my ambition level is very high, I wanted to get it done. When I want something done, it gets done. And my skill set, solidly mediocre at the best. As you can see from about 10 foot away, this truck looks phenomenal. And you know, what I get asked on the daily is, hey, are you gonna paint this truck? That's for the future, who knows? How many hours did it take us to build this truck? Well, me, it all together now, where it's at, sitting here, right here, 40 hours. That's it. You know, 40 hours, that's a work week. That's 2 weekends. Well, Alex probably has about, what, 5 hours? Well, I guess Alex has 15 hours in it. So I guess altogether we got 52 hours in it, which is now more than I thought. Basically, if you do all this, you know, you're probably gonna have a buddy, most likely. If not, 52 hours on your, you know, by yourself. That's not bad. That should be done in the summer. But that just also depends on if you're gonna paint it, you're gonna do everything to the T. We kind of did it just so I wanted it on the road and I wanted it to be my daily driver. And pretty much the backlash of us building this truck has been phenomenal. Everybody loves it, everybody adores it. Now, was it worth the money? Question that a lot of people ask. And well, you go from your junky Crown Vic that every, you know, grandma or, you know, ex-police car, you know, you can buy at auction. Well, that's basically a Crown Vic, and it's definitely an upgrade in the looks category. Basically, cost-wise, we bought the Crown Vic for $2,400. That's it. Then for performance-wise, not done jack. Basically, we just put the Performance Pack 1 wheels, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, and I made my own X-pipe. And then I also bought a couple different things to make the truck, you know, just better in general. Speakers, you know, window frame isolators, new taillights, the headlight, you know, just stuff like that. Basically, all the little accessory stuff, we probably have about 500 bucks. And then you go really to the truck. These short bed unibodies they're actually very rare trucks. You know, you'll see long beds every now and then. Basically, you'll see long beds 4 times out of 1 short bed. Now I got pretty graced with that. I got this truck given to me. It was basically my first project truck when I was 14, and it was it's just been sitting ever since then. But so I got this for free, so I can't really say anything. Now, if you personally, myself, I see 70s Fords, which I own one. I see 60s or late 60s Fords for about similar pricing, and I see these Unibodies. If you can find a short bed, they're gonna be a little bit more. And then also you can do a 50s truck with your Crown Vic swap. And when you get lower than that, you start doing more body modifications, and it kind of look funny for a full frame swap, sorry. So 24 plus 5, 2,900 for right now. And then truck wise, you could probably find any of those trucks at the high end for a shell, with a poop engine, kind of rusty, probably find one for 1,500 to 2,000. So, you know, altogether, I could basically say this is gonna be five grand. 5 grand, you got a truck. If you do a full frame swap, you got a truck with AC, heating, basically any new amenity you ever wanted. It looks fantastic on the outside. If you keep the dash on the inside, it doesn't look the best on the inside. You've got yourself a running driving project you can drive anywhere in the country. You can buy parts for at the parts store, and that's all there is. And the parts are very cheap for a Crown Vic because they are fleet vehicles and they were made forever, especially the Panther platform. It's a very, very good platform to build on. There's guys at like Outcast, Auto Works. He builds tons of aftermarket parts. He built like for your suspension, if you're gonna do some frame swapping and stuff like that, he sells a lot of stuff. There's numerous other companies that sell Crown Vic performance parts, which we'll be visiting that in the near future here. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. Let's take a look at the inside. So that's where we're at right now. When you last seen this truck, it was basically sitting, you could see air everywhere, and you know, it was kind of, got the seal plates in, we've got them all welded in. As you can see, I had to do a little extra look to it. What I still got left in here is I still have the seal panel for the top of the dash, which I'm waiting on confirmation for a specific material that I want to use. After that, the inside will basically be as done as it can be. That is a 2014 Ford Mustang console in it, and it fits decently well. It looks like it kind of grew there, but it is for a manual, which I'm not gonna really say we're gonna do anything, but here's a reason why that hole's gonna stay there. But the inside wise, you got what you got. I put these speakers in it, in the door frames. That's pretty simplicity, anybody can do that. And the radio system is pretty fantastic for a small truck. Outside wise, so what we went with 2000, pretty much, I think they're 16 Performance Pack 1 Mustang rims and tires. They're basically not supposed to fit on there. They're not supposed to fit on a Crown Vic per se, or a later Mustang, or like a 90s Mustang. Now what we had to do with these is I had to bore out the centers in them a little bit, machine them out with basically a drill and a die grinder wheel to get those to work in the center, so that way the center cap fits in perfectly with the Vic spindles and the rear end. Now, after a little bit of boring and everything, they fit fantastic. And we did have to roll the fenders, and that's the name of the game. That's what you're gonna get. They're 275s, and I wanted a little bit more meat in the back because it's a very squirrely vehicle. As you can see, the bed is not exactly finished. Those are just thrown in there because we were going to a car show, and I kind of wanted to look a little bit more acceptable than usual. To all those guys about ready to do the swap, that's gonna be at your discretion. You're gonna do what you wanna do, and that's, no one's gonna tell you how to do it. Everybody's gonna wanna do something different with their bed. I'm gonna probably square it off and then throw a tonneau cover on it, call it a day. The outside is what it is. You have to modify your taillights to work with your Crown Vic wiring, if that's what you're gonna do. We kind of touched base on performance when we first started this build, and I can basically tell you that the performance doubles because the truck weighs about a quarter as it did. Well, not really, but it feels like it. The power, the stopping capabilities, and the handling are just crazy, especially the handling. This truck handles like a dream. You'll see this next summer. We'll be on the autocross. I really want to do a head-to-head on the autocross versus Alex and my car and the truck. I just want to see what it stacks up against. It handles like it's on rails, and that's mostly probably because it's welded solid and not body mounted. It has no body roll at all, and I'm not kidding. It's not fast, but it's quick. And I'll be touching base with a guy named, his name's Marty, known for Marty tuning in the Crown Vic world. And he does magic with these engines and transmissions. Touching base with him, and it'll be probably a quicker truck. You can obviously, you'll see this truck around for quite a while, because this is my daily driver. It will be put away for the winter. We plan on doing a couple more things with it. This is pretty much the final. This is what it looks like at this point. What you see is what you get until we touch base on other swap. Also, I learned there's a guy in, well, I watched his videos. I'm not 100, I think his name is River City Rods or something like that up in Ankeny. He gave me a little bit of inspiration when I first started this build. I watched his videos when he did a unibody. I guess if he watches this video, I like to see how both of ours stack up against each other. So, Mr. River City, hit us up.